So there's an interesting difference here with A and B. In Claire A, we saw Chief Irons was killed by Birkin, who implanted him with a G embryo. If we're doing Leon A, Ben gets implanted with a G embryo instead, rather than just being smacked into the wall to death. While in Claire B, Chief Irons gets dragged down into the hole in his taxidermy lab, and then his torso is thrown back up.
I almost got the story. Ben. Bitter irony. The chief of police, a co-conspirator. Get that scum. Make him pay.
So Ben gives us a file. And it's kind of weird. Both Leon and Claire get this file. And particularly for Leon, it's the mail to the chief, baby. Particularly for Leon, it's weird because Leon never actually meets Chief Irons.
Where are you going, Ada?
With Claire, it kind of rounds out and confirms some of the suspicions with the chief. With Leon, it means nothing.
Leon, are you still there? We're leaving.
Are you crazy? The streets are still crawling with zombies.
It'll be all right, trust me. We found a way to the sewer. Follow us later.
Claire! Claire! Wait! Man, why doesn't anyone ever listen to me?
So whichever character you play the A scenario with gets to the sewers first. I did get that, Herb, okay. And then they radio the other character to tell them that they're leaving. But the other character cannot follow the A character through their exit route. Like, we can't go back up with Leon and go through the exit route in the chief's office. And Claire can't come through the manhole here because the manhole's shut for Claire. For Claire, actually, she comes down here after Leon radios her that he's leaving, and the manhole cover's shut. Not poisoned, alright. I was a little worried when I didn't see the spider coming around the corner. It meant the positioning was different. Alright, so get the chest. Let's see. Put this away, actually. Get the other two plugs. Get a green herb. And grab the magnum. We don't actually need any ammo for it. And now let's go in here and put the magnum, not the chest pieces in. We didn't explore this room properly earlier because it works in the same way Claire's room does. Before she meets Sherry, where you play as Sherry. Essentially, the room exists as a flag trigger. You go in the room, then leave, and then Ada's outside. So this is actually G1. This is the earliest we see William Birkin. And he's still fairly humanoid. I swear that scream is changed in the Dreamcast version. 4, 5, 6. Don't get close to him because it's guaranteed he'll do that hit before he goes down. And that hit will still do damage even though he is technically dead. But yeah, 6 Magnum rounds, you're done. But yeah, that scream, I'm sure that scream's changed for the Dreamcast version. There's the scream we heard earlier when we were talking to Ben, and that you hear in the A scenario when you're talking to Sherry for the first time. And I'm pretty sure that's the scream that he does there in the PS1 version as well. But they've changed it for the Dreamcast version, I'm not sure why.
What was that all about? Running off like that was reckless and stupid. Those zombies are everywhere. Not to mention that thing that got Ben.
I was there, Leon. I know.
Look, Ada. As an officer, it's my job to look out for you. But we're not going to get through this alive if we don't work together. Okay?
All right. We'll do this your way for now.
Alright, let's go. So, Leon and Ada enter the sewers through a different entrance. They do end up in basically the same location, though, very quickly. The good news is we don't have to babysit Ada. Ada will keep up with us, and Ada also has her own gun, so she'll shoot enemies. Okay, and let me push this out of the way. Open this door, head down the ladder. At this point we should be able to make the shotgun our main weapon, which means we can ditch the handgun. And they're thinking to themselves, wait, I don't have the lighter. It's like, yes I do. Okay, and we use the lighter here, and we get some shotgun shells. This room's really just an ammo cache. And I'm going to want to use the item box before we go down the elevator. Put this away, put that there. I want the valve handle and the other small key. And nothing else. And now we go down the elevator. Oh, hey, Annette.
Ada! Heads up!
Leon,
Oh.
that woman was... I have to talk to her.
So now we play as Ada again, as she just leaves Leon with a gunshot wound in the sewers. What are you gonna do? Ignore the spiders. Go up the ladder. Make sure you outrun the cockroaches. No, that wasn't good.
Don't move. You're the one who was with that cop, if I'm not mistaken. Identify yourself. Ada Wong. Ada
Makes a
Wong.
point that Ada's a terrible spy when she gives everybody her real name.
Now I remember. One of the men from Chicago.
There's an interesting point in one of the Resident Evil 3 epilogue files you can get. that suggests Ada Wong was actually a fake name.
How did you know?
But RE4 completely ignored that, and she was back as Ada Wong, and then RE6 showed that, yeah, basically everybody calls her Ada Wong, which really suggests that it's actually her name.
What? John's dead. He became one of those zombies. My condolences. And although I regret this, you will be joining him shortly. I won't let anyone take the G-Virus away from me. G-Virus? It's capable of creating the ultimate virus.
G-Virus?
Its potential is even greater than that of the T-Virus. Then that must mean the creature in the police department is... precisely my husband, William. And it's all Umbrella's fault. None of this would have happened if they hadn't tried to steal his research away from him. Where did you get that pendant?
Ada doesn't actually get that locket in A scenario because Sherry never drops it.
I've been holding on to it for her. Liar! Give it back to me! Too bad.
So that was a thing. You know, I imagine if your gun was shot out of your hand, it would probably not really be useful as a gun after that. Also, it turns out Sherry's locket has a sample of the G-Virus inside it. It's actually the explanation for Mr. X chasing the B scenario character. Beyond the first encounter, which just happens to be happenstance. Mr. X is specifically trying to get the G-Virus, although that only really comes up in Claire's B scenario. And since we did Claire A, we can actually go up this elevator now, which Claire took down, which means Claire's already been through here. What we do is we go in here, we use a small key to open this up, and we can grab some more ammo. Okay, ammo there, ammo there. Still a zombie here that we don't need to bother with. And more shotgun shells. So yeah, we've got, what was that, 34 plus 5, 39 shots. Did I have 34 rounds? We'll be able to check in a minute. Bunch of herbs here in the B scenario. There we go. 34. So yeah, we've got 39 shots for the shotgun. Doesn't sound like much. It'll get us through. We won't need the pistol again. I'm sure one of those is supposed to open. Okay, so combine those. Drop these off. And that's all good. Let's go. Alright. But yeah, thinking about it, there's actually not many more things we're going to be shooting with a shotgun, so 39 shots is fine. And we actually secretly have more than 39 shots. But we've not picked that up yet. You want to avoid that the drops they spit out. That is straight poison. And if I'm getting poisoned in RE2, I've done something wrong. Okay, so we use the valve handle here again. Hey, there's also shotgun rounds over there. I wasn't really counting the shotgun rounds we're going to be picking up. Use the valve handle again. I think this is one of the worst cases of really needing to know what you have to do in RE2, because chances are your first time through here you're not gonna. Why would you have the valve handle in your inventory? You'd never think to get it out. And so your first time through, you're basically guaranteed to get here and then have to go back to the box. Since we killed the alligator with the gas canister in scenario A, we don't fight it again here. If we shot it until it ran away, we'd have to fight it again here. And as a result, this door would be open. We'd look through, we'd see Ada shoot in the water, and then the alligator would come out and attack us. But since it's already dead, Ada just stops there for no real reason.
Leon.
This bullet wound isn't making things any easier.
What's probably not making it easier is running through sewer water with an open wound.
That's two I owe you.
Don't mention it.
I just found out. John's dead.
What?
Never mind. Let's just get out of here. The sooner the better.
They actually dropped the Ada looking for a boyfriend angle in the remake. But the RE2 made a bunch of story changes that I think were for the worse. Like, in this game, Leon is late to his first day as a member of the R.P.D. Because he broke up, his girlfriend broke up with him, and he got drunk in a motel and was hungover. And that's why Leon is late to his first day. In the remake, Leon was told to wait to be called to Raccoon City. And then a week goes by and Leon's like, huh, they haven't called me yet, I should check that out. Which just comes off as way stupider to me. And we get the other medal here. Do these guys have shotgun ammo? Yes, they do. No, they don't. It's a small key. I don't need a small key now. One thing I do love about this area is, like, this is the area where the Umbrella Soldiers fought Birkin in the FMV. And I love that there's the remnants of that in the environment. And I don't think you get any kind of explanation for that if you examine them. It's more implication than anything. You have to work out that that's where they fought Birkin. And of course you can see the bodies in the water and in that little side room. In the alcove. Okay, let's get through here. I actually had one playthrough where the spiders caught up to us really quickly there and poisoned Ada before I got through the door. and it's the only time I've ever seen that happen. And it was really weird. Particularly because I don't know if Ada can die at this point. Okay, press the buttons. And recall the tram because Claire has already gone down there with Sherry. One thing I definitely detract from the remake for is there's basically no interaction between Leon and Claire scenarios beyond who they meet at the side gate. If you're doing Claire first and Leon second, Claire will meet Leon at the side gate. He'll be outside the gate. If you do Leon and then Claire will be outside the side gate, and that's it. Meanwhile, the original has like so many little implications that Claire's scenario is going on at the same time as Leon's. So if we just stand here, he'll constantly stick the hand through that one gap. If we move around, he'll make new holes, and it makes it harder to predict where he's going to come through. This never happens on Claire's scenario. This isn't just a B thing, this is a Leon thing. In Leon A and Leon B, Birkin will shove his hand through the top. And I have no idea why it only happens with Leon. Okay, so what we're going to do is show this off now, because we have the lighter with us. And that's how you see the weapon box key. Interestingly enough, the weapon box key also becomes more visible afterwards as well. It's not just that it sparkles when the flare goes out, it becomes more visible.